The 16th of May, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
Gave the Gemora. Welcome back, Lou.
Thank you. Sorry for the interruption.
Oh, you know what? 1 second. That was really actually all the introduction of the notes. Now we're going to get to the view of the Tosfos Rid. Okay. In other words, the note has introduced that there's two ways of looking at the subject over here of whether or not the animal should be given to the shomer, or perhaps it should be given to the original owner. Tosfos Rid kosov she'ein hashomer kone es habehema atzma af sheshilem lebaylim nestameha. Tosfos Rid writes that even though the shomer paid full value for the stolen item, which was a behema, nevertheless, since kevan she'im hayu abaylim yodim she'atida habehema limotzei, if the original owner would know that they were going to find in the future the animal and recover the animal from the ganav who stole it from the shomer, b'vadai lo hayum mekanim osa shomer. He surely would not have been makna the right to receive that animal to the shomer. So according to Tosfos Rid, if they would find the animal, it's not going to go to the shomer. It'll go to the original owner, and in that case, the owner would be required to reimburse the shomer for the payment that he made. Okay. Amnam b'divrei Tosfos. This is not Tosfos by us; it's a Tosfos in Bava Metzia. Mashma shekavonos abaylim lahaknos l'shomer es gufa behema. U'emela shel hashomer hi. V'yavor od machlokes rishonim zu b'har chavav. Okay, fine. The note wants to say that that Tosfos in Bava Metzia disagrees with Tosfos Rid, and holds that it's implied in over here that the intention of the bailim would be to transfer the transfer to the shomer the right to receive the behema itself, if it was found and now they have the actual behema that was stolen. Okay. So that was a very good question. Okay. In other words, like this that we said yesterday, that the Gemora certainly holds that the we were asking yesterday, what about the Karen? And we said, well, certainly the Gemora holds that the Karen is going to be paid to the shomer. And the only question the Gemora has is, what about the kefil? Should the kefil be paid to the shomer also? Or maybe the kefil is going to be paid to the original owner? That was the Gemara's question. We have a machlokes Abai and Rava on the matter of the kefil. But the Karen, we said, was not up for discussion. What we meant is in the case where they don't find the animal. If they don't find the animal, the Karen certainly is going to go to the shomer, because the shomer paid he paid the guy. He paid the owner of the animal. the Karen payment should go to the shomer. But in other words, the what we're saying is that the Bailim, the original owner of the animal, certainly was makna to the shomer the right to receive the Karen. It's the right of the original owner to receive both the Karen as well as the kefil. What we're discussing over here is whether we say that the original owner was makna. Did he transfer the rights and the schus to receive the payment of Karen or kefil to the shomer? Okay. Okay, and now we are up to Makah Miflagi. See where that is, Ka Miflagi?
The bottom of the left-hand column of 108 A3.
Right.
Last two lines.
Okay. So we call upon Alan,
Okay.
please, to start off the reading today.
The core miflagay b'diu core the masa nisim, and they disagree with regard to the inference that is to be drawn from the Mishnah that discusses the basic law. Disnan, for we learned in the Mishnah, hamifkin eitzel Ru Behemor O Kalim. If one deposits with another an animal or utensils for safekeeping as an unpaid custodian, Unif Bru O Sha overdue, and they were stolen or lost, Shilem below Rotsor Li Shavor, and the custodian paid the value of the goods to the owner and did not desire to swear and thereby free himself from liability, Shahare or Imaru, for the sages said that in cases of theft or loss, Shomer Nishvor Vyotse, the unpaid custodian may swear and he thereby discharges his obligation to the owner, but nevertheless, this custodian chose to pay rather than swear. Nitzor Hagavor. Then, if the thief is subsequently apprehended, Mishal Lame Tashalume Chefel, he pays a twofold payment, Tovach or more Cher, and if the thief slaughtered or sold the animal, Mishal Lame Tashlume Arbor. He pays a fourfold or fivefold payment. To whom does he pay? Or to the one who had the deposit in his possession. Nishba below if, however, the custodian swore and did not desire to pay, Venimsor Hagenor, and the thief was subsequently apprehended, Mishalem Tashlumei Kefel. He pays a twofold payment, Tovach Umorcher, and if the thief slaughtered or sold the animal, Mishalem Tashlumei Arbor Bacham Mishor, he pays a fourfold or fivefold payment. Limehu Mishalem. To whom does he pay? Levael Hapi for Don, to the owner of the deposit. Abaye.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Okay.
So we have over here a So the Gemora started off saying kamifligi. The Gemara said that Abaya and Rava are arguing the diyuka de masnisin. They're arguing about the correct way to learn this Mishnah over here that the Gemara is about to quote. It's a Mishnah in Bava Metzia. And Alan has read so far what the actual words of the Mishnah are, and then we're gonna go to the how Abaya, the Gemara is gonna relate how Abaya relates to those words, how he interprets those words, and then the Gemara is gonna go into how Rava understands the Mishnah. Okay. So before we do that, let's go over what exactly is going on in this Mishnah over here. Okay? The Mishnah says, Mafked etz chavero behemo kelim. So the owner deposits items by the custodian. And this custodian is an unpaid custodian we're talking about. The reason that we know that is because he's not officially liable in the case that it's lost or stolen. So long as he's not poshea in his shmira. If he gave the level of shmira that he was required to give, or at least he wasn't poshea, he's going to be putter because he's not being paid for his shmira. So if it was lost or stolen, and he happens and he gets up and pays, he doesn't want to swear. Talking about a case where he paid and he didn't want to swear. Shari Omro, because the Chazal say Shomer Chinam Nishba Vayotze, that a Shomer Chinam, he has the option, if he wants, to swear and then exempt himself from any liability. Swear that it was lost or stolen from him. So Nimsa Ganav Mishalim Tashlumi Kefo. If they find the Ganav, so the Ganav is going to have to pay Kefo, like every other Ganav in the world pays Kefo. Likewise, if he sells it or shacks it, he's going to pay 4 and 5, depending on whether it was a big behemoth or a small behemoth. Lemihu Mishalim. So the Mishnah itself over here asks the question, who is the Ganav got to pay to? And it says, Lemi Shapikadin Etzlo. He's going to pay it to the Shomer. Now that's in the case, we're going to call this the Resha, where the Shomer decided that he does not want to swear, but he's going to pay. So in that case, we're going to give him the kefo. Meaning to say, both the Karen as well as the kefo over here. But in the other scenario, let's say instead of paying the guy, he made a shvua. So now he's putter. He's officially putter now. Nishba v'lo rotze l'shalem. He doesn't. He swears and he does not want to pay. Nimsa ganav. Then they find the ganav. Mishalem teshlum mikefo. Tavachamacha mishalem teshlum rav v'chamisha. The me who mishalem, who is the ganav got to pay over here? The kefo or the 4 and the 5 too. So in the Sefer it says he has to pay to the Baal Pikadon. Okay? So now, That's what it says in the Mishnah. And now we're going to go to, so we have that in mind. You have to keep in mind what the case is, what the two dinim are that come out from the Mishnah. Just simply put, if the shomer pays, he's going to receive the kefil when they find the ganav. But if he makes a shvua, so then the kefil is going to be paid to the original owner, to the bailing. Okay. Now, does that sound like Abaya or does that sound like Rava? Well, in truth, Rava is going to say it sounds like me, and Abaya is going to say no, it sounds like me. How could that be? Let's see. Let's go weiter in the Gemora. Abaya Dayek. And we go to Lud to continue the reading.
Abaye Dayek Meresha. Abaye infers from the first part. Dikatane Shilem below Ratza Lishava. That he taught, he pays and he does not want to swear. Tama below Ratza Lishava. The reason that he did not want to swear. Okay, hooray for 108. A.
That's 108A. Hooray! Wow. Well done.
Ha nishba. But if he did swear, af al pi shet shilem, even though he paid, lemi mishalem, to whom does he pay? The Baal HaPikadon, to the owner of the deposit.
Yeah. How does that work exactly? I forgot who says what here. Abaya is the one who says that the kefil is given to the Baal Pikadon because he was not makne, the right to receive the kefil to the shomer. And we said before, because he was matriach, because the shomer was matriach him with all of that, and so therefore he's even though he did pay at the end of the day, he's not makne the owner the right to receive the kefil to the shomer. So where do you see that? Where does Abaya see that in this Mishnah? He's medayek from the Reisha. The Reisha says shilem. He paid him. V'lo ratzon lishava, and he did not want to swear.
The word Ratza is superfluous.
Shilem v'lo ratzon lishava. He paid and he didn't want to swear. And in that case, the Mishnah says the kefil goes to the shomer. So Abaya says, Taima de lo ratzon lishava. He did not want to swear, but he paid. He did not want to swear at all. So what did he do? He paid. And it seems like the implication that the Gemora, the Bava wants to draw over here is that he paid right away. And like that, the Bailim is not put out or inconvenienced by going to Besdin and all of that stuff and hearing his shvua and coming away ois mensch, even if he will pay him at the end of the day. But this guy over here, Abai wants to say, you see from the words, Shilem below Rotzulishova, that right away the guy had an idea, oh, I don't want to swear, I'm just going to pay the guy. And like that he did so right away. He didn't give him all the trouble. He's that's the case where we say that the guy will be makna to him the kefil, to the shomer. Hanishba, but if he swore and exempted himself, so then afu pisha shilem. Then we could say, even though he did pay at the end of the day, like this guy did, in that case, the owner is not going to makna because he feels that he was put out and inconvenienced with a lot of effort and bother and time and trouble with this whole thing, and he's not makna, and so therefore it'll go to the Baal Pikadon. That's what Abaya holds in our case. That's what Abaya holds in our case. Okay, so I guess we can understand that. Now we got a Rashi over here on the top of the page of 108b. Oh, Nishba Afu Pisha Shilem.
Nishba Afu Pisha Shilem, that he swears even though he paid. Kevin the Atricha B'Shvua, because we bothered him to make troubled him to make a shvua. Lemi Mishalem Ganav Kefil. To who should the Ganav have to pay the kefil to? Lebal HaPikadon, to the owner of the deposit. Kedemeya de Abaya Leveh, according to the reasoning of Abaya above.
Yes. Okay, Baruch Hashem. So that's basically what we're saying over here, like Rashi is saying. That there's two different scenarios that Abaya understands that could happen in the event that the shomer makes a shvua or doesn't make a shvua. If he pays and he doesn't want to make a shvua, meaning that if he pays right away and because he's not interested in making a shvua, so he just doesn't. That's called, according to Abaya, he didn't put out an inconvenience and waste a lot of time of the Baal Pikadon. So in that case, the Baal Pikadon will be obliged to be makna him the kefil, transfer him the right to receive the kefil. But in the other scenario, another scenario where he does end up swearing, so that means that he did bother him to come to Besdin, and he did bother him with the whole case. And at the end of the day, he made a shvua to exempt himself, and now he comes and like a big tzaddik and gives him the Karen and says, "Here, take the Karen." So the Baal Pikadon is going to say, "Thank you very much, but I'm not going to be mocked to this guy, my kefil," because and so that's the way Abaya understands the Mishnah. Okay. So Abaya, he was medayek from the case of the Reisha, where it says that he paid, but he did not want to swear. And now Rava comes along and let's read what Rava says over here. Did we read Rava yet?
No.
Okay, so now we go to Roy to take over the reading. Rava Diek Mesefa. This can be found on the second line from the top on 108b.
It's 108 B1. It's on the left-hand column. The second paragraph.
Originally said, since he pays him, so that's good enough. Since he pays him. Oh, Roy, you're muted.
That was good. All right. Sorry about that. I'll just go quickly with the English in that case, because we haven't got not much time. So Rav, on the other hand, infers his position from the Mishnah's latter statement, which states that if, however, the custodian swore and did not desire to pay, the thief pays the kefil to the owner, Tama Delo Ratzah the Shalom, and this implies that the reason we grant the kefil payment to the owner is that the custodian did not desire to pay at all, and in fact never paid. Shalom, but if he did pay the owner the value of his deposit, Afal P Shanish Shekar, then even though he initially swore and exempted himself, Lami Mishalam, when the thief is apprehended, to whom does he pay the kefil penalty? Lami Shahapikudon Atzlo, to the one who had the deposit in his possession, which is what we said before.
What do you mean what we said before?
You said that before.
Not according to Abaye said the opposite.
Yes, this is what Rava said this. To the one who had the...
Oh, what this is accords with what Rava said before, you mean that
Yeah.
Rava held that in our case, where he swore, but he paid at the end of the day, so even though he was matriach, the Baal Pikadon, to go to Bezdin, to take him to Bezdin, and then was matriach him further with the shvur that he made, eventually, which patras him officially. But since at the end of the day, he in any case did pay for the value of the stolen item, that's enough, says Rava, for him to be mocked, the right to receive the kefil to the shomer. And that you see, says Rava, from the Seifa, because it says in the Seifa, the case, the way the Seifa describes the case in the Mishnah in Bava Metzia, it says that he was nishba below rotzel shalem. He swore and he did not want to pay. So Rava says in that case, so what's the real reason in that case that the din is the kefil will not go to the shomer because he did not want to pay. But in our case, where the shomer did pay, so even though he's matriach him, Rava says that in this case the Baal Pikadon will be makna the right to receive the kefil to the shomer. So at the end of the day, each one of them says that the Mishnah is a support for him. Rava adduces support from the Seifa of the Mishnah for his position, and Abaya adduces support for his position from the Reisha of the Mishnah. Now, probably tomorrow, the Gemora is going to ask, what does Rava do with Abaya's part of the Mishnah, and what does Abaya do with Rava's part of the Mishnah? So to be continued. Until then, Yasher Koyach, everyone.
Okay, take care.
Everybody have a wonderful day, a great day.
Thank you, Rabbi. You too.
Amen, amen.
See you, Roy. See you, Phil.
Take care. Bye-bye.
See you at 4, Alan.
Phil. Bye, Alan.